roller coaster.
Hey, I didn't see you there. What do you break in? I suppose you're here to learn about Pokemon cards. That's pretty cool, I think. I should have locked my door.
I love Pokemon no. I hate Pokemon cards! I have mixed feelings towards Pokemon cards. I mean, look at this. What is this? Bug hunch? What is a bug hunch?
On the one hand, Pokemon cards are the world's easiest entry to gambling, with kids and adults alike both spending all of their money to try and get a shiny bit of cardboard with a picture on it.
On the other hand, it feels pretty good to get a bit of shiny cardboard, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. It's Dark Raichu. Is that racist? Feels racist.
As a kid, there was no greater feeling than opening up a brand new booster pack of Pokemon cards and hoping to find something shiny there at the back. I mean, sure, it was molding my mind into having a gambling addiction as I grew older, but hey, look, it's Weepin' Bell. He's got dangerous mucus. Ooh.
As a kid, I didn't really give a flying funk to the finer aspects of the cards. I mean, it was shiny? Good. Did it have a high HP? Good. Did it have a times number and its attack somewhere? That's great. That's 30 times 30 damage right there. That's like 6,000 damage. And you look out, here he fucking comes.
I didn't actually learn how to play the game until way later on with the online TCG, but for now, let's skip that. We won't talk about that for now, because I've got some real stuff that I'd actually like to talk about before we get into that sort of stuff. So, why don't we start off with the binder I have here. And listen, guys, the sexiest thing that an overweight gamer has done to make you immediately want to have sex with him / be his girlfriend? Get a binder.
This binder and all the cards in it were given to me by a friend. It was a very, very kind thing of her to do, so I want you to thank her in the comments below if you wish. I also put a few cards of my own in the back here, but we'll get to those eventually later on. But for now, we'll just take a quick... Holy fuck, I'm rich! What a cock tease right here. You got Charmander, first edition, Charmeleon, first edition, Charizard, damn it!
I don't know if there's anything like worth a lot of money in here, but to be honest, I don't really care because I'm never going to be selling these, and it's just really nice, and you get a special feeling looking through all these original cards. I had a bunch of them as a kid, at least for the Jungle set in the second edition, I guess, but I never really collected them properly. I just like looking at the pictures.
I think the Marchamp here is actually worth quite a bit of money. I mean, first edition, a holographic, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, Google tells me it goes for around $1,000! Wow, I mean, of course that assumes it's in pristine condition. I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty good. I mean, maybe I'm sitting on $1,000 here. There's a neat little Japanese Togepi here, he's really cute. And if actually you look at the back, you'll see that the Japanese cards have a different back to them than the English cards, which is pretty neat. I mean, which one do you guys prefer? Oh, wait a minute. It's got the top opening instead of the bottom. Wait, what? How did I not notice this until now?
Well, these are worthless. What's the deal with these dark Pokemon cards? Was it just an excuse to have an evil variant? I mean, look at Persian, he looks fucking pissed. We'll skip my cards at the back for now because they're all kind of the newer ones, so we'll talk about them later. For now, I wanted to talk about this. Oh boy, you know a book's legit when it uses Comic Sans.
A collector's value guide. I mean, I think the better value here would have just been not to buy it in the first place. Even if it's not a legitimate Pokemon product, it's still pretty neat to go through. I mean, they show you all the Pokemon at the start, even if some of them are 2D illustrated and the other ones are the figurines. Oh my god, Igglybuff, what did they do to you? Oh, sorry, Poopooden. Wait, is Cleffa called P? Wait, and Igglybuff has poo-poo. Is it pee and poo-poo?
This book was published around 2000, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't care to check. I'm not a historian.
This means that a lot of the Japanese names hadn't been translated yet into Gen 2. So, like, you've got, for example, Sunflora here as Kimawari. There's Hoot Hoot as Hoo Hoo. That one's actually pretty cute. I like that one. You've got Hoppip here as Hunko. Hell is this one? Eleketabazu. What will they think of next? Some of these are literally just the English names with a Japanese accent. I mean, look at this. Hirakrosu and Guranburu and Guraiga. My favorites, of course, with this being Radian and Rediba.
Boy, sounding racist has never been easier. Don't worry, everybody, I can't get cancelled. I've got white privilege.
Of course, seeing as this is a values collector's guide, you've got the value of each Pokemon card in here, which is great and all, but if you sold your Charizard back in 2000 for $260, I hope you have the number for a suicide hotline handy.
Moving on! I want to show you my cards now, and while let's just say my friends' cards were all lovingly placed in a binder with nary a scratch on them.
Can you tell which cards are mine here?
What the Can't even... Who? What is this?
Back in the day, my mum got me a bunch of secondhand cards from what is essentially the eBay of New Zealand, Trade Me. And while there's not all that much amazing stuff in here, you know, you got all the classics like, you know, Marchop. My pride and joy, of course, being this very rare holographic Venusaur. You can tell it's legit because, I mean, all the fake cards, they have a desaturated back, so... you know, you can just easily tell this one's good. Now, moving on, and I'm still upset with myself for doing this, but a while ago, I bought one of those big-ass booster boxes, you know, with like 30 booster packs in it, and yeah, I could have probably bought some food to live on, but if I'd done that, then I wouldn't have this crocheted Zubat, which honestly I don't think I could live without. Going through these packs, I really started to realize what a waste of money it all is. It wouldn't be so bad if you were getting lots of different cards in each booster pack, but the only cards that really change drastically are the rares and the foil full-art bullshit cards, which don't show up nearly as often as you'd hope they would. The problem with Pokemon cards nowadays, and probably back then, is that the only card really worth anything is the one right at the back of the pack. Again, the rares. I mean, at least when it comes to, you know, value or playability. Sure, your favorite might be Licky here, but I mean, why not just use Tyranitar here with, you know, double the HP, double the attack, costs less to retreat? I mean, come on! You take a look at two Pokemon cards side by side, and they seem mostly the same in design. By all means, you could use an old Pokemon card in a modern setting, but when you take a closer look, looks like these cards need braces because that's a huge gap! The artwork for some of these newer cards are also really hit and miss. Wow, that looks like a grandma's rotting corpse in a cemetery after being dead there for 7 days, and there's worms and maggots and rotting flesh, and everything smells really bad, and you're gonna walk nearby but you throw up because there's a dead rotting corpse in the cemetery. Why is there a dead rotting corpse in the cemetery? Some of them look good. I mean, like, you look at Tapu Koko here, it looks great, but then you look at Orbeetle and they might as well have just fucking T-posed him. Don't even get me started on the normal card. I mean, look, he looks like he's gonna start doing his laundry. A lot of the V cards just have 3D models for the artwork, which honestly is just really boring, leading to my favorite card from the set being the Spoink here. I mean, look how fucking cute he is. And then you're looking at Polion and it's just... I take artwork like Spoinks over these V cards any day. I mean, look at LGBT Corviknight here. I mean, he just kind of exists to me. I don't really care about him. As I said before, I'd like to mention the online TCG. Well, I mean, I don't really want to, but I guess I probably should. Unfortunately, the Pokemon Company puts about as much effort into the online TCG as they do their regular games, only adding in the bare minimum, that being the new cards every time they're released physically. To get cards in the game, you can either grind for coins to buy booster packs, which unlike if you buy a booster box IRL, there's no guarantee you'll get anything good out of it, or you can use special codes you get in real-life booster packs to get one of that kind of the pack in the game. There's also a trading market here, but unfortunately you can only trade cards if you've unlocked them using the aforementioned code cards in the real booster packs, not the in-game ones, which really sucks because at that point it goes from really difficult to make a good deck to nearly fucking impossible, meaning pay to win just kind of reigns supreme if you want to actually be able to experiment in any way. There are theme decks you can buy and unlock, but unfortunately there's not that many, and the matches usually are just determined by who has the type advantage, meaning if you've got a grass deck and your opponent has a fire deck, you might as well just surrender immediately, unless you happen to run into some really good luck or them some horrible luck, you get it. They also run into the same problem as the regular Pokemon card decks, where they just keep getting more powerful over time, so you really start lagging behind if you have one from a couple of years ago. I'd love to see a Pokemon Online TCG where you just unlock all the cards off the bat and you can start experimenting right away instead of, you know, being stuck with the 2 booster packs a week you get from scavenging through the theme deck mode. You could even still monetize a game like this because there's so many different customization options you could sell. Full art trainer cards, special edition cards, coin skins, matte skins, card sleeves, emotes, trainer hairstyles, and clothes. The list goes on. It's fucking Pokemon, man! You could sell variations of cards with the only difference being the Pokemon are wearing little hats now and people would still buy them. The way it is now, it's far easier to get the cards you want in real life rather than online. I mean, that can't be right. Right?
You can play the TCG in Tabletop Simulator as a workaround with all the cards there, but you have to manually pick each card with no real sorting system. Oh my god, don't do this to yourself, it's not worth it. That's all I really wanted to talk about today. Sorry if you wanted me to go through the rules and stuff, but I'd rather eat a shoe than do that, so thanks for watching, bye!